All right. Hi, Ashley. Thank you for joining
Hello.
me today. I am interviewing you because I have a writing project that requires me to dive deeper into a community that I'm a part of, and that happens to be the first generation of college students, specifically Mexicans. So I thought of you as a good representative for that community. So that's why I'm interviewing you today. In the article from Best Colleges about Hispanic and Latino students in higher education, it is shown that according to the National Center for Education Statistics, about 51% of Hispanics and Latino students in 2019 were the first in their families to attend college. It is also found that first-generation students are very likely to be in the situation of worry when on their higher education journey, and I can even confirm that. Many first-gens deal with the feeling of confusion, not having a role model close to them, and a lack of support from institutions. In the book Pathways and Experiences of First-Generation Graduate Students, many testimonies of students were shared. Many said they got a lack of support, specifically around motivation, which added weight on the being by yourself load. Many felt the institutions were wanting them to fail because they started struggling, since no one was able to warn them before entering a higher education journey. To start off, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name's Ashley Hernandez-Pena. I go to Ohio State University. I'm a finance major, but I transferred from Columbus State.
How would you describe your college application journey?
I feel like, when it came time for applying, first of all, I didn't apply to anything early admission. I was like, I don't even know where I want to go. I don't know what I even want to major as, and I didn't want to put no major, undecided. So I was like, okay, figure this out later when regular admission time comes around. So then by then I was like, where do I even want to go? I didn't tour anything. I didn't even know how to sign up for those. I didn't know any of that. So kind of lost, confused. So I think my senior year, the spring semester, I had during January or February, I had already done my FAFSA. But even then, for my FAFSA, I didn't even know what the heck I was doing.
Yeah.
So, but I made my account, I made my parents' account, whatever. And that wasn't too big of an issue for me because I feel even then, for my mom, for her stuff, I'm the one making her account. So it's nothing new. I'm just filling it out. But then once it came to the point where you had to fill up all the numbers and stuff, all the tax information.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that stuff.
And I remember I went with my dad to see the guy that does his taxes, and I was like, yeah, I have all these questions. I don't know what this is.
Dang.
So he was the one who
Oh, that's good then. That's a good resource. Like Ashley described, first gens experience a process where we don't know how to fill out certain things on applications, how to decide on schools, and how to even talk to those about school with little confidence. I'm sure you had the sense of feeling lost throughout this process because it was your first time too. But it also sounds like you also were confident in what you were doing in a way, as in for me, my personal journey, I struggled a lot with comparing myself to others. But I feel you got a good grip on that, not comparing yourself to others. Because I feel I don't know. Or you tell me.
No. I feel even then, I've always tried not to.
As I was interviewing Ashley, I realized that her approach to the college journey looked differently compared to my own and others. I noticed that she still had the feeling of uncertainty on certain things, but there was a pattern of her telling herself that she didn't have to worry too much. I feel we're the complete opposite. I had many moments where I was crashing out and I'd cry.
I don't even know why. I was
You were so chill about it, bro. In the book Learning from My Experiences as a First-Generation College Student by Terrell Jonikin and Michael Schatt, they shared their own story with the audience and mentioned many things like being alone in a huge institution, not understanding college terminology, adjusting to new schedules, and many more challenges that come with experiencing this chapter of life for the first time by yourself. My personal journey fit the standard story that many first generations go through. I had many moments where I would get emotional and not know how to handle things. I also only have friends that do not go to the same school as me or are older or younger, so making friends on campus has always been a struggle of mine. It didn't make sense because I'm a very social person, but for some reason it felt like no one wanted to talk to me or I wasn't good enough to have a friendship with someone. Many first gens feel this way as well, and some of us just go with it rather than trying to reach out. I also specifically remember in high school during senior year, it was very difficult to see people in my grade achieve great things or understand something easily that has to do with college. This feeling of feeling behind was immense and added anxiety onto my already full bag of issues. A common thing shown in this community is comparison. Us first gens tend to compare ourselves to others due to the little confidence we have in this huge change. Others that are not first generation have background knowledge on this whole process, so seeing them entering this chapter with confidence felt threatening. Along with comparison, many of our parents don't understand how it feels going into this journey, so you can tend to find them comparing you to others, which adds onto the insecurity load. However, not all of us are like this, and not all of us have to be like this. In the source, Geographies of Campus Inequality, the authors touch base with the subject of how the first-generation college students live their life, and how they navigate their journey through college. However, the author dives deeper with separating the different types of first-generation students. The author introduces the play-hards, the work-hards, the multi-sphere, and the disconnected. The play-hards are seen to have more of a focus on the social aspect of college. They are seen to be the students that have an outing most weekends, big friend groups, and involved in social gatherings unrelated to education. Work-hards are also seen to be at social gatherings. However, the gatherings are most likely related to education. This group can be described as their title, the work-hards, with how much hard work they put into their education compared to other groups while maintaining small social groups. The multi-sphere group is a mesh of the play-hards and work-hards. They have the ability to have a great social life, but they also prioritize their academics. They can be described as the happiest among all groups. The disconnected is a group that is exactly described as the name, disconnected. Students in this group often have struggles making friends due to them not having a sense of belonging in the school rather than themselves as a person. All these groups experience college in distinct ways. This look into the different types of people in one community shows that there is a common ground between everyone, but there are different ways to live in that community. After interviewing Ashley, I compared her journey to the different groups in our community. I found her to fit best into the multi-sphere category. Ashley still focuses on her academics, but still also values her social life enough to where it does not conquer the important things. I personally believe I fit in the same category. I prioritize my academics and still have a strong social life. There is no exact story for a first-generation student. We are also different yet so similar. We are different from our environment but still similar because we experience the same emotions and have the same goals. Our community can face many different challenges, but also face the same challenges which makes us who we are. When comparing your journey to other journeys, it does not define yours, because at the end of the day, we are all going for the same thing and we are all taking different paths for it. So at the end of the day, we are all still the hardworking first gens, just with different journeys, but the same goals.